So in this video, we are going to learn how to generate AI images from Google Sheets and upload in Dropbox. So in this automation, just by adding the image prompt in our Google Sheet, you can automatically generate an AI image using dall-e of OpenAI. And after generating that image, we are going to upload that same image in Dropbox as well. And the link of that image from Dropbox will automatically update it in the same Google Sheet in which we have added the prompt. Now, if you want to know how you can set up this kind of automation, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, this is my Google spreadsheet. And in this sheet, I'm adding the image prompt and a file name. Now we want that as I enter these details in the Google Sheet in a new row, using the same image prompt, I want to generate an image using AI tools like dall-e. And after generating the image using OpenAI's dall-e, I want to save that image, upload that image in Dropbox, and I want to add the link, the URL of that uploaded image back in this Google Sheets. Now to do this, we have to connect our Google Sheet with dall-e like OpenAI and then Dropbox as well. And we are going to use an automation and integration platform called Pabbly Connect to do so. So here you can see we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. And to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. After coming to this dashboard, we have to create an automation workflow over here, which is very simple. Just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. Let's say I'll name it as Google Sheets to dall-e to Dropbox. And then just select the folder of your Pabbly Connect account in which you want to create the workflow. And after that, just click on this Create button over here. After clicking on Create here, you can see the workflow is open. And in this workflow, you can see two different windows. First one is the trigger step and second one is the action step. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we are going to connect our Google Sheet where we are entering our image prompt with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step. So that whenever we are going to enter a new image prompt, automatically the same image prompt, the data of the same row will be received inside Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will trigger. After that, using this Pabbly Connect automation, we are going to send this same image prompt to OpenAI, basically to dall-e to generate the image. And using dall-e, we are going to generate the image and after that, we are going to upload that image in Dropbox as well automatically. So let's see how it is done. Starting from a trigger window, in Choose App, search for Google Sheets. Just select it. After selecting Google Sheets, in Trigger Event from the drop-down, select the trigger event as New or Updated Spreadsheet Row. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect. Now you must be thinking how you are going to make this connection. So for that, you just have to follow the instructions given below over here. Just copy the webhook URL from here and go to your Google spreadsheet in which you are adding the image prompt. After coming to the Google Sheet, just go to Extension, Add-ons and click on Get Add-ons. After clicking on Get Add-ons, we will reach to Google Workspace Marketplace. And here in Search app, we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Now here you can see this particular add-on, Pabbly Connect Webhooks. This add-on is already installed in my Google Sheets. You just have to install this same add-on into your own Google Sheets account and after installing it, just refresh your Google Sheets once. This is a very important step. After refreshing our Google Sheet, once again go to Extensions and you can see Pabbly Connect Webhooks. This add-on is now added. Just hover on it and click on Initial Setup. After clicking on Initial Setup, this box will appear in front of us, which is basically asking us three different things. First one is selected sheet, second one is the webhook URL, and third one is the trigger column. Now here in selected sheet, we have to select the sheet from which we want to send the data of a new row, from which we want to send the image prompt to Pabbly Connect. So it is most likely possible that in your Google spreadsheet, you might have created multiple sheets. So you have to select the sheet in which you are adding the image prompt. After selecting the sheet, it is asking us for the webhook URL. And as you can guess, here we have to enter the same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and then paste it over here. And at last, it is asking us for the trigger column. Now you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So trigger column is basically the last data entry column of our Google Sheet. So here in the background, you can see column C is the last column. So column C is going to be my trigger column because this is the last column in which I am going to enter any data. After that, we also have some data in column D, but in column D, we are not going to enter any data manually. We will be entering the data using this automation workflow. Column C is the last column in which we will be entering any data manually. So I will be selecting column C as trigger column. According to your Google spreadsheet, you can select any column as your trigger column. Just ensure that it is the last column in which you are manually entering some data. And after selecting column C, just click on Send Test. Now when we click on Send Test, it is showing us test data sent successfully. Means the data of the very first row after headers, the data of row number 2 is now sent to Pabbly Connect using this webhook URL. So let's check it. We'll go to our Pabbly Connect workflow, and yes, here in the trigger step you can see within seconds we have received some response. And in this response you can see the details of the exact same row. You can see the same image prompt which we have added in Google Sheet. You can see the same file name, image name over here. You can see the same date, also name of the same spreadsheet and the same trigger column as well. Also here you can see the row index, the data of which particular row number from Google Sheet we have received inside Pabbly Connect. Just notice this row index over here. We are going to use this row index later in this automation workflow in the last step while updating the image URL in Google Sheet. So here you can see we have successfully received the image prompt from Google Sheet inside Pabbly Connect. Now just click on Submit, and after clicking on Submit, it is going to show us that the setup is configured successfully. Just close this window. Now go to Extensions, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and this time we have to select the Send On Event option. By selecting Send On Event, we are telling this Google Sheet, we are telling this add-on that whenever data in a new row is added, whenever an image prompt is added in a new row in our Google Sheet, automatically, instantly, immediately send that data to Pabbly Connect. Now the step 1 of setting up this automation is also completed. We have received the image prompt in our Pabbly Connect workflow. Now let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we want to generate an image using OpenAI's dall-e for the same image prompt which we have received from Google Sheets. For that, we will just scroll down and come to this action step. And here in Choose App, we are going to search for OpenAI. Just search for it and select OpenAI over here. After selecting OpenAI, an action event from the drop-down, select the action event as Generate Image. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here, we have to connect our OpenAI account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API key of our OpenAI account. Now you must be thinking how you can get this API key. So to get it, just log into your OpenAI account and from the left sidebar, go to this API key section. After coming to API key, click on this Create New Secret Key button and give this key a name. Let's say I'll name it as AI Images. And then click on Create Secret Key. As we click on Create here, you can see a new API key is generated in our OpenAI account. Just copy the API key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And after pasting the API key, just click on Save. And as we click on Save, we will see our OpenAI account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the model. And here in the drop-down, you can see we have two different models for image generation from OpenAI, basically from dall-e. We have dall-e 2 and we have dall-e 3. So I want to use dall-e 3 to generate the image, the latest one. So I have selected that. After selecting dall-e 3, here it is asking us for the prompt. That what is the prompt we want to give to dall-e to generate the image. So we have entered the image generation prompt in Google Sheets and we have received the data from Google Sheets inside Pabbly Connect in the trigger step. So here from trigger responses, we are going to map this response of image prompt to this OpenAI action step. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field of prompt and here in the drop-down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Sheets of a new row. Out of all of these responses, select the response of image prompt and it will be mapped. In this way, whatever image prompt we are going to enter in Google Sheets, the same image prompt will be received inside Pabbly Connect, and using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send the same prompt to dall-e as well to generate the image. After mapping the prompt, it is asking us number of images to be generated. And the help text says enter the number of images to generate must be between 1 to 10. For DALL-E 3 model, only n is equal to 1 is supported. So if you're generating the image, if you're using the model as DALL-E 2, then between 1 to 10 you can generate any number of images. But using DALL-E 3, you can only generate one image at a time. And I also want to generate only one image at a time for the same prompt. So I'm going to enter 1 over here. Then after that, it is asking us for the size. And here in the drop down, you can see a different size option in which we can generate the image. Let's say I'm selecting the size as 1792 cross 1024 pixels over here. So this is the size of image I want to generate using DALL-E which I have selected. Then it is asking us for the quality. So from the drop down, we have two options, standard and HD. And I want the image in HD quality. So I'm selecting that. At last, it is asking us for the style. Now here while generating the image, we have two different style options. Either we can select vivid or natural. But right now, I don't want to specify any kind of style to the image generation which I'm doing using DALL-E. So that's why you can just keep this field blank. But if you want a specific style of image DALL-E to be generated, then you can enter that particular style over here. And after selecting all the options and mapping the image prompt, just click on Save and Send Test Request. And after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received a response. And in this response, we have the timestamp that at what date and time this image was generated. We have a revised prompt for the image which is generated by DALL-E. And after that, here you can see the URL. This is the URL. This is the link of the image which DALL-E has generated. We will just copy this URL from here and open it in a new tab. And here you can see the image is generated by DALL-E for the same prompt. We have entered the prompt in Google Sheet, that is kids playing at an oasis in the middle of the desert. And here you can see the image for the same prompt is generated over here. This means the step 2 of setting up this automation is also completed, where using DALL-E, we have generated the image for the prompt which we have entered in Google Sheets. Now after this, let's move to step 3. And in step 3, I'm going to upload this same image generated by DALL-E in my Dropbox account. For that, we will just scroll down and click on this Add Action Step button over here. And after that, here in Choose Apps, search for Dropbox. Just select it. After selecting Dropbox, an action event from the drop-down, select the action event as Upload File. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here, we have to connect our Dropbox account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Connect with Dropbox button. Now because I have already logged into my Dropbox account in my browser, Pabbly Connect will detect the same account and make the connection over here. And after making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the file URL. That what is the URL of the file which we want to upload in our Dropbox account. So we want to upload the image given by OpenAI in our Dropbox account. So from OpenAI responses, we are going to map this response of URL, this image URL over here in this Dropbox action step of upload file. And the process of mapping stays the same. Just click on this field of file URL and here in the drop down from OpenAI responses, select the response of URL and map it. After mapping the URL, it is asking us for the file name. That what will be the name of the file which we are uploading in Dropbox. So here in my Google spreadsheet, I have already entered the file name over here. I want the file name to be desertrain.png. So we have added the file name and also the file extension in the Google Sheets itself. So from Google Sheet responses, we are going to map the response of file name over here. Just click on this field and from the drop down from Google Sheet responses, select and map the response of file name. So it is very important to enter the file name with a proper file extension. Like if I'm uploading an image, I have to enter the extension of the image as .png, .jpg. If we are uploading any kind of PDF file, we have to enter that proper extension as well. So we have mapped the response of image URL from OpenAI and response of file name from Google Sheets. At last, it is asking us for the folder path. So in our Dropbox account, in which particular folder we want to upload this image, we have to enter the path of that folder. So here in my Dropbox account, I have created this folder named as AI images, in which I want to upload all of these images. So what I'm going to do, I will just enter this folder name, this folder path over here. Just copy the path from Dropbox and then paste it over here. And the help text says that we have to enter the folder path starting with a slash. So I'll be just entering slash over here and then we have the folder path, the folder name. If you have created any subfolders in this folder as well, in that case, you have to open those subfolders, and from here, you can copy the folder path, and by entering slash, you can just enter the folder path over here. After entering the folder path, just click on Save and Send Test Request. And after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, we will see this file will be uploaded in our Dropbox account, in this particular folder of our Dropbox account. So let's wait for a few seconds. And yes, within few seconds, you can see we have received the response, and this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the image which was generated by OpenAI, basically the image which was generated by dall-e 3, the same image is now uploaded in our Dropbox account in this folder. And the name of the file is desertrain.png, the same file name which we have entered in Google Sheet. So let's go to our Dropbox account, and yes, here you can see the same image which was generated by dall-e just now. The same image is uploaded in Dropbox, and here you can see the same file name as well. This means the step 3 of setting up this automation is also successfully completed. And after uploading the file, in these responses received from Dropbox, we will scroll down, and at last here you can see the response of this link. And this is the link of the same file which we have in our Dropbox account. We will just copy this link from here and paste it in a new tab. And as you paste it, you can see an image is downloaded in my system, and this is the exact same image. So by clicking on the link, you can directly download that image over here. Now while moving to the next step, we want to update this link over here back in our Google Sheet. So in the same row in which we have added the image prompt, we want to update this image URL from Dropbox as well. So for that, we will go back to our workflow, click on this add action step for one last time, and we are going to search for Google Sheets over here. Just search for Google Sheets and select it. After selecting Google Sheets, because we want to update a cell value in our Google Sheet, we just want to update this cell with a value in our Google spreadsheet. Here from the drop down, we are going to select an action event as update cell value. Then just click on connect and select add new connection. Now here we have to connect our Google Sheets account in the action step as well. And to make this connection, just click on this sign in with Google button. Select your Google Sheets account. Then after that, just scroll down and click on continue. And as we click on continue, we will see our Google Sheets account will get connected with Pabbly Connect in this action step as well. Earlier, we made the connection in the trigger step using the webhook, but now we have connected Google Sheets in action as well. After making the connection, the first thing it asks us is to select the spreadsheet. And here in the drop-down, you can see a list of all the spreadsheets which I have in my Google Sheets account. Out of all of this, the spreadsheet in which we want to update the value is the same spreadsheet from which we have received the image prompt. That is AI image generation. So what I'm going to do from this drop-down, I'm going to select the same spreadsheet. Also in the spreadsheet, we have only one sheet named as sheet 1. And in the next field, it is asking us to select the sheet. And in the drop-down, you can see only one option, that is sheet 1. So we are going to select sheet 1. Then it is asking us for the range, that what is the range of the cell in which we want to update this value here. Now here in range, you can see I want to update this value in this particular cell. The range of the cell is D2. But every time we are going to enter the image prompt in a new row, and we want to update the image URL in the same row. This means the column name, column D, is going to be same for each and every image URL we update in Google Sheet. But the row number will be keep on changing. So what we are going to do, in whatever column you want to update this image URL, just enter that column over here. Like I want to update in column D, I will be entering column D over here. And here in the trigger response which we have received from Google Sheet, in these responses with image prompt, we have received the row index. That in our Google Sheet, in which particular row number we have entered this prompt, from which particular row number we have received this data. So from these responses, we are going to map this response of row index from trigger response to this Google Sheets update cell value action step. So here just click on this field of range, and from the drop down from Google Sheet trigger responses, select and map the response of row index. In this way, in the same column, in whatever row we are going to enter the image prompt, in the same row in column D, we will be updating the image URL generated for that particular prompt. After entering the range, it is asking us for the value. And here in value, we want to update the image link given by Dropbox over here. So from Dropbox responses, we are going to map this response of link over here in this Google Sheet action step. Just click here, From the drop-down from Dropbox responses, select the response of link and it will be mapped. And after mapping all of these details, just click on Save and Send Test Request. And as we click on Save and Send Test Request, we will see this link of Dropbox image will be updated in Google Sheets. So here we have received a response, and this response seems to be a positive response to us. Now let's go back to our Google Sheet, and yes, here in our Google spreadsheet you can see the link of that Dropbox file is automatically added over here in the same row in which we have added the image prompt. And here we have successfully created this automation workflow too. Now using this automation, just by adding the image prompt in our Google spreadsheet, we can automatically generate the image for the same prompt using dall-e and upload that image in Dropbox. And after uploading the image, we are going to automatically add the link of that image back in the Google Sheet as well, without any manual effort. Now after this, after setting up the automation, I'm going to test this automation workflow once. Let's say we are going to enter another image prompt as, for this particular image prompt, I want to generate the image. And let's say I want to name the file as earth.png. This is the file name I want to give for the image which we are generating. So just now in my Google spreadsheet, we have entered this image prompt. Now as we enter this image prompt in our Google Sheet, we will see automatically within few seconds using dall-e, an image will be generated for the same prompt, and that particular image will be uploaded in our Dropbox account. And the link of that Dropbox image will be automatically added in our Google Sheet as well. So what we have to do? We just have to wait for a few seconds over here. And yes, within few seconds you can see the image URL is automatically added in the Google Sheet. So we will go to our Dropbox account first, and here you can see in Dropbox, after generating the image using dall-e, this earth.png, the same image is uploaded in our Dropbox account. Here you can see we have an image of an astronaut looking at Earth from this space. And you can see the link of this same image is also added in our Google Sheet. So if we click on this link, you can see this exact same image will be downloaded in my system, and the image is downloaded. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this exact same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can email us at support@pabbly.com or post it on our forum over here. Or you can write us in the comment box below too. If you want to check out the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. And if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Pabbly. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.